Hey, Luke. How you doing, man?
Hey, Corey, yeah, it's been pretty good.
They've been treating you well in here, buddy?
Yeah, just getting checked out,
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. I've been kind of, like in and out, like just kind of getting ready for football, man. Like, I can't wait to
yeah.
get back to the podcast and
Oh, yeah.
get talking again. Like the Browns, man, they're out there doing it this year. Bad things for Myles Garrett, but Odell Beckham Jr. having the time of his life
Oh, buddy.
out there.
Buddy, OBJ, I don't think he's even playing anymore.
No, okay. No, I mean I know I hit my head, but yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing
I don't
anymore.
think. Yo, the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles are doing some
Killing
stuff
it
right
this year,
now.
man.
Oh,
Carson
yeah.
Wentz is out there. He is
Oh,
running
buddy.
that ship.
Buddy, Carson Wentz is not playing for the Eagles, and he is not running a tight ship. He is getting run over.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Who's he playing for
I
now?
mean, there's so many sacks. It's better that we not even talk about it.
I mean, look, between Andrew Luck and Phillip Rivers, I'm telling you, like, the Golden Age awards need to go to those guys.
Hey, have they been
Those-
giving you your meds, man? Hey,
no.
nurse, I don't think they've been giving his meds.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Well, here's some.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, bud.
Yeah, the guy I really feel bad for, though, I got to tell you, is Blake Martinez. I mean, that is a great linebacker. He deserves a chance.
Oh my God, it's a miracle. That's actually happening right now in the NFL.
I got one right.
You nailed it. Yes.
You know what? I'm riding with my dogs. Screw it.
Started off with some conflict.
As we know from experience with Marcus Mariota, it's pretty much he doesn't know how.
Oh dear. Yep.
You take him?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah. Rough. Rough.
Kirk Cousins is good now. The Steelers' defense is such a dumpster fire right now.
Well, I don't think I've ever said his name in conjunction with hey, not bad. You are listening to the Pick'em Wars podcast with your hosts, Luke and Corey. That's right, folks. It is the Pick'em Wars podcast with. I did it. I did it right.
Yeah, you did it right.
I did it right?
Yeah, you did it right.
Okay, well, I did it right. It is the Pick'em Wars podcast with Luke and Corey. I'm Corey.
I am Luke.
And we already said it twice, so I'm not going to do it again.
We're out here doing it right every
Doing it
single
right.
week.
It's a beautiful day here in sunny wherever we might be talking about football.
Sunny basement studio.
That's right. Make sure that you go ahead and check out our social media profiles on
Yes.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, go to Pick'em Warriors, the Facebook group, and talk smack with all your friends. Have fun, take polls. It'll be so much fun to have you there. Thank you.
And thank you for listening as well. And you can listen to us on almost every platform. That's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify. We're spanning the globe for you, so you can listen to us talk about the picks that you need to make at pick'emwars.com. And did you know about pick'emwars.com?
I did know about pick'emwars.com. That's that place to make your picks, isn't it?
It is.
All right.
All you got to do is sign up for a free account, give them your email address, and just make your picks the whole time. And while you're there, give them a 5 stars and a review.
A 5 stars and a review.
Something that everybody can do to make this world just a little bit better. It is a crazy, crazy year in the NFL
It is.
already.
Yeah, there's a reason we started out a little broken up, a little loopy today, and it's because, well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about here. I mean, really, just some some questions about safety and health protocols in the
yes.
NFL.
Yes.
We've got teams that have either tanked or shown us that hey, they're worth watching. Well, I mean, that's about what we've got.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're kind of living in the upside down when Jacksonville is this good.
Yeah. Yeah, most certainly. And when Mark Andrews can't get a
boy.
touch to save his life.
That was a rough one for some fantasy football owners. It was a rough one for me in fantasy football this week as well because of Tua.
Yeah, it
And
was a
his
rough
injury.
one. It was a rough one for you in fantasy football because Tua got you no points, but you
Yeah.
still won with almost 200 points. I mean, so
Yeah.
kind of cool there.
I had Cooper Kupp and Jamal Williams and TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
And,
That's the big point scorer right there. T.J. Hawkinson showing off what he can do.
Boy, he's probably the best tight end that Detroit's ever seen.
Okay, but we are getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes, we are.
There is a game. That game is the Pittsburgh Steelers facing the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are favored,
Quite
rightfully
a bit.
so, at -14.
That's you know what? That's almost dead on perfect.
You think so?
I really do, with the fact that Pittsburgh's the Steelers' defense is such a dumpster fire right now, and until T.J. Watt, apparently T.J. Watt made up all 11 players for the defense.
Yeah. You must be out with a back injury then.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a minute after carrying those guys. I mean that and thank you to Mitch Trubisky for trying at
Yeah.
least, I guess. But now
You got Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett, who is a rookie. We haven't really seen a lot of him. We
Hey.
saw him a little bit in preseason.
And you never know. He could bring some new energy, some much needed youth energy. You know,
he very well could, but the running game's decimated.
the running game is bad.
And so
Also, yeah, so it's rough. I honestly don't. I don't know. The Bills have been having a lot of close games, but that's because they've been facing a lot of top tier teams,
true.
like right off the bat. But I can see a world where Kenny Pickett, wows us all and manages to get within 14 points.
I don't think they'll come within a touchdown, to be absolutely honest with you. I mean, honestly,
Oh.
I think they're going to trail this whole game. The Buffalo Bills, I mean, like you said, it's tough team, tough schedule.
Oh, yeah.
The better you do, the tougher your schedule is going to be, and they have proved that over the past 3 weeks by still consistently bringing it every single week
Every
with
single
Stephon Diggs and Devin Singletary and Josh Allen, and like that train's rolling, and
yeah.
those guys are going to make a very big push for the postseason. So you can bank on the Buffalo Bills 14 favorite. That's fine with me.
I'm sorry, I gotta say, Steelers bust this spread.
All right, we're gonna start it off
Started off with some conflict.
on pick'emwars.com. Last week, September 30th, they hosted an MLB contest with 3 distinct winners. In third place, I Like Cheese took home $40. In second place, Gaby Wavy took home $80. And in first place, all by himself, Bitcoin is the Lifeboat took home $280. Up next on the docket, the Los Angeles Chargers are taking off to Cleveland, Ohio. Getting a little chilly up in Cleveland for them West Coast boys. And they taking on the Browns. The Browns are 3-point dogs at home.
3-point dogs at home. Against the Chargers. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a little close.
A little close, but it still makes sense that they are the dogs.
Oh, it absolutely makes sense that they're the dogs. I would just Something about a 3 spread always makes me go, okay, so literally they could pull it off.
Oh yeah, and honestly, without Myles Garrett, their defense really is just withered.
Yeah,
It's rough. Meanwhile, the Chargers is just coming off of a good win.
they are.
They're they're gonna do it.
They're gonna.
That's all I'm
do it.
gonna say about that. They're gonna do it. They're gonna win this one, and it's gonna be by more than 3.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to. That was the exact reason I look at it, and I'm just like, wow, really? Cleveland's defense is decimated. It's down in the dirt since Myles Garrett. You've got Nick Chubb doing okay this year, but not really performing the way that we've seen in the previous years. You got Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt, again, he's kind of getting a slow start to the season, all because you basically got Jacoby Brissett at the helm of quarterback. And when you're looking at Justin Herbert on the other side, I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's the Chargers all day with the 3 spread.
Oh yeah, and even without Joey Bosa, the Chargers defense should have no problem containing the run, at least.
None.
Chargers. Last week on www.pick'emwars.com, they had a college football Week 5 contest that ended up with 23 distinct winners winning money, taking cash home, and 6 of those 23 people tied for first place. Those names include Squad, Ransack, K-Dogs, John LW70, Big T57, and Immobile Baseball 3. Hey kids, why don't y'all walk right on down the street with me from Chicago with the Bears on over to Minnesota to face the Vikings.
Golly, that's a long walk.
The Minnesota Vikings are favored -7 in this matchup. And I could see that. We got Justin Fields looking a little better out there last week.
He's coming along, and like I said, Justin Fields is going to be a very good quarterback eventually.
He started finally working out a little bit with the air game. Mm-hmm. And the only problem is they just can't seem to put up enough points to compete in most matchups.
Well, and his targets are off.
Yeah, his targets are definitely off, but I mean, he was, like I said, he was getting some improvement.
He's getting there, but he needs to have the receivers come along with him. And you were talking about the running back, what's his name for Chicago? Khalil
Herbert.
Khalil Herbert.
Yep.
How weird is that name?
It's an interesting combination of names. We'll say that.
But at the same time, he's new. He's a rookie. So I look at that and I look at the receiver core and what Chicago's bringing to the table, and Justin Fields is going to be good someday. Kirk Cousins is good now. I know some fantasy owners who might not necessarily agree with you. In this match against Chicago, Kirk Cousins is good now.
Okay.
Adam Thielen is good now.
Justin Jefferson killing it.
Exactly. So, yeah, Minnesota's going to walk all over them.
I have no issue with it at all. In fact, I'll double down on this one.
Ooh, you know what? Me too.
I'm going to use my double down on www.pick'emawards.com.
It's a double down.
A double. Know your power-ups. With a double down, you have your favorite pick count twice. On the spread, this will hurt you double if you lose.
Up next on the docket, my boys. The boys in Honolulu Blue are traveling to Massachusetts, take on the New England Patriots. This is another 3 spread.
Yep.
New England's getting 3, and
Well, here's a fun fact about last week's Lions game is that the actual score was one of the last remaining unique scores to ever happen in football. It's the first time that specific score has ever happened in a game of NFL football.
yes.
Real interesting.
I want to say it's also the first time that both teams have gone over 45 points. I believe they had said that.
Yeah, it was a slobber knocker as far as offense was concerned. The Lions, the offense is impressive.
Here is
Even when they're down in the dumps, they are putting up points that would kill any other team if they had a defense.
Man, I tell you what, something is going to have to definitely change. Because things are going really, really well with the offense right now. Deuce Staley is doing a hell of a job out there with those boys.
Even
And
the backups are killing it.
yeah, and then you look at what Aaron Glenn is doing in on the other side of the ball, and it makes me so angry that we have to deal with that when it wasn't like that to begin with. Things were actually pretty good. Here's a really, really good stat. Here's a really fun little stat. The Detroit Lions, right now, upwards of 4 games, correct, have scored 124 points. That is the most in any that's the most out of any team this year up to 4 games. We have the highest point total.
don't doubt it.
We have more points than the Jaguars and the Bears combined. Okay? We're 1-3 and we're in last place. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. We need a defense, and we should especially have a couple of people to worry about from New England: Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. They are going to be heavily used, making pretty good use of the weaknesses in our defense.
Yeah,
I think that the -3 is right in the sweet spot where if Detroit loses, they won't lose by more than 3.
okay, I got that.
So I'm gonna say this is really hard to pick. I think New England has advantage on this one just because of that 3, that number.
After the previous couple of weeks, I'm stepping away and using my eraser on this. Now, don't get me wrong. If I wasn't or if I didn't have accessibility to an eraser for this week, then you know what? I'm riding with my dogs. Screw it. Detroit Lions +3. Let's do it.
I gotta take New England. Agree to disagree.
Go Lions.
Know your power-ups.
Are there 2 teams that are playing each other that just suck so bad you don't even want to get involved? Well, use the eraser. You can elect to skip any game in a contest, and erasing that pick gives more weight to your remaining picks.
And the next game in Week 5, the Seattle Seahawks are heading on over to New Orleans to face the Saints, who are favored -5.5, which is really weird.
It is. It is, especially knowing about Alvin Kamara, or not knowing, rather. Then you've got
so many injuries.
Not on top of the injuries, you've got Jameis Winston. Which what are they going to do with Jameis Winston, and how much of a top tier quarterback are they really getting with Andy Dalton having to step in?
Right. At least he's got some support from Chris Olave.
Yeah.
That's about all I can say.
A decent O-line
for the offense. Yeah, the O-line's all right.
Yeah. The O-line's okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Geno Smith seems to be on a little bit of a tear.
Goodness gracious! I never thought we'd be saying his name positively.
Really? Yeah. No. It's been like a couple. It's been a while since I've. I don't think I've ever said his name in conjunction with hey, not bad. But hey, not bad. Not a bad job he's doing there. New Orleans put up a decent fight against Minnesota in London.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say probably attribute that more to jet lag on the part of Minnesota. Because the fact is that they actually got there that Friday, I believe it was. They opted for a late flight.
Oh.
And,
well, you know what?
They're looking sluggish as could be at the beginning of that game.
That is their own damn fault.
It is their own damn fault.
You don't have a team vote on should we take the late flight? No.
Right.
You take the earliest flight you can. You get over there, you get rested, and then you play the London game.
But I'm going to say, but they still won.
Yeah.
But the game I don't think would have been so close if they had taken an earlier flight, gotten some rest, gotten used to the time zone.
Right now, the New Orleans Saints are kind of in a crossroads. They're stuck. They're trying to figure out which way they need to go. They need to figure that out in the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, this season really, truly will be lost.
And to put a caveat on Geno Smith being on a tear, he did face the Lions defense last week, and he put up big numbers. But that's the Lions defense. New Orleans Saints has a bit of a better situation defensively.
They do. They're probably, and I'm guessing right now they are definitely top 16 or 17 in the NFL as far as defensive go.
Yeah. So,
they are much better than the Detroit Lions sitting down at like 32.
Oh, yeah. Now, I can see New Orleans winning this because of their defense.
Yeah, and it's at home.
But I don't as far as this game goes, I think it's going to be a close one. I think they're going to keep it close, just like Minnesota did with New Orleans last week.
Mm-hmm.
It should be Seattle. I'm going with Seattle to bust the spread, but New Orleans to win.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to take New Orleans, both the spread and the win. They're at home, 5.5. I can see it going by a touchdown, maybe a touchdown and a field goal.
Oh, yeah. A lot of disagreement between us today.
On October 1st, Pick'emWars.com hosted a UFC contest that netted 3 cash money winners. In third place, JRBN 1988 got $60. In second place, Mr. Playa 21 took home $120. And in first place, once again, Bitcoin is the lifeboat took home $420. Up next on the docket, the Dolphins of Miami are swimming upstream to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Jets.
The Jets.
What's
that? What was that spread?
That spread is oh my goodness. The Jets at home are 3.5-point underdogs.
Yeah. So they have Zach Wilson.
Yes, rookie quarterback.
Not really making a difference. I had not seen much of a difference between him and Flacco's performance.
Right.
Honestly.
And yeah, in Zach Wilson's defense, he hasn't played at all in the NFL. So he's already doing better than Joe Flacco if comparing him is even.
There you go. And of course, we can't talk about this without talking about Tua Tagovailoa and that horrifying situation last week.
Prayers up with the misdiagnosis.
That was one of the scariest injuries I've seen in football.
I mean, the independent doctor was fired.
Yeah, we've got investigations by the NFLPA, the NFL, and I mean, hopefully something comes of it. You know, hopefully something changes because of this.
Oh, something better changed because of this. If not, Thursday night rules or something else.
And
in his stead.
Oh yeah, been waiting to hear this name.
Will be a man that you know what? New Orleans probably should have never let him go. In Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy B.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh,
with weapons.
Tyreek Hill, Waddle. I mean, come on, you can't you can't discount this guy.
No.
And he's got the Miami defense to help on the other side. This should be a no problem for Miami to get 3 more points.
3.5. 3.5. So technically.
Is it?
It is. 3.5 is what it says right here.
Oh, okay. Well, 3.5 points. They can no, it's too much. Now they can get 3. Okay. No. Miami is going to get more than 3.5 points.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Miami's going to handle this one pretty soundly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
And in the Pick'emWars.com NFL Week 4 contest, there were 10 distinct cash money winners, with 8 of them being tied at third place, including Eminent Jokes 6, Willie Dagoon, and 1 stunner, Johnny Dio, Deanna_Carmona, Serenity, Shelly86, and Spanky. They all took home $47.06 apiece. And in second place, taking home $94.12 is DM420. And in first place, taking home $329.41, it's PD Blue Devil. If you want to hear your name announced on this very podcast for being a cash money winner at www.pick'emwars.com, go to that website, sign up with your email, and make your picks for free for cash money. Make your picks. And the Falcons of Atlanta will be flying down to Tampa Bay to face the Buccaneers this week. Buccaneers are favored -8.5. Here's the thing. It's like Marcus Mariota does not either know how or just doesn't want to utilize the air game.
Well, here as we know from experience with Marcus Mariota, it's pretty much he doesn't know how.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy has Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Darrell Patterson is out, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's sad because he is a top back.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just I have no faith in a Marcus Mariota facing a Bucs who just got off of that tough of an opening season.
Oh, good Lord, no. I mean, you're looking at a Tom Brady who, for whatever reasons, personal life, on, off the field, whatever's going on, he's got a fire in him this year that I have not seen in Tom Brady in a long time.
Well, now it popped up on my I got a notification yesterday that Tom Brady and Giselle are talking to divorce lawyers.
Yeah, things aren't great over there, but I'm you know what? Do not put it past Tom Brady to put up mega points.
However, use that feeling.
The only brick wall that is stopping. This is a solid stat over the first 4 weeks of this season. The only team that has gone 4-0 against the spread has been the Atlanta Falcons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Heck of a stat there.
The Atlanta Falcons are +8.5.
Yep.
You take them?
Nope.
I do.
Nope. I'm taking Tampa. I'm thinking Tom is going to be taking out some frustrations on the Atlanta defense, and yeah, he's gonna go ahead and move past that 8.5 threshold and probably hold it.
He really could, and that's exactly. I mean, maybe it's a fear of mine. I'd love to see it, and for Tom Brady's sake, but I gotta take the Falcons with the spread on this one.
Ooh, disagreeing again.
Up next on the docket, the Tennessee Titans are traveling to D.C. take on the Washington Commanders. They're still the Commanders, and some sources have taken to calling them the Commies. And
I've said it before. They should have stuck with football team.
They should have.
And I've also said it before, but their mascot should have been an actual entire other football team.
Well, I've said it before in this episode, and I'm going to say it again. The Washington Commanders are home dogs. They are
home dogs
getting 2.5 points in this contest.
That's real weird considering the situation the Titans are in. Compared to last year, this is not that beautiful team, that Tannehill that put up those points.
Yeah.
You know, this is not a replay of last year. I believe you said it best when you said they're mediocre.
Yeah, they are probably one of the most mediocre teams in the NFL right now, and Derrick Henry's just gone missing.
Yeah.
Now
Now the Commanders also nothing to squawk about. But I think in this instance, at home, you got McLaurin. You've got who else? Samuel.
Debo, or not Debo.
Yep.
Terry.
Something like that. You got a Samuel out there.
Yes.
I think that'll provide him the points edge, and they're going to win this game most likely.
Yeah, Carson Wentz can get it done. He's obviously getting it done more than Ryan Tannehill is getting it done.
Yeah.
And
Carson Wentz getting it done when he's not being a sack test dummy.
Right. But they're not. It's weird to say, but they're not the worst team in the NFL.
No, they're not.
They're by far not the best.
And strangely enough, like we'll get to Jacksonville later. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with you in the fact that I think Washington at home, with a 2.5 underdog spread,
I think they can do it.
I think they can do that. I think they can pull that off.
So Washington, we finally agree on something, and it's the Commanders.
Yeah.
Jeez. Onward and upward, or is it? Houston and the Texans head on over to Jacksonville to face an oddly impressive Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, by the way, did you know that the Jacksonville Jaguar has a name?
No.
Okay, get this. The Jacksonville Jaguars mascot's name is Jackson DeVille.
Oh.
Yeah, rough.
Oh,
Rough.
Come on.
But hey, at least right now they've got Trevor Lawrence.
You know,
they've got a solid team going right now.
You know, you got a man with long flowing hair out there doing his thing in Jacksonville, and you got a man with a long neck doing his thing in Houston. And man, Houston is not good. They're not a good team.
Right.
They're definitely not as good as they were last year. That's for certain.
Now, Davis Mills, honestly improving on his effort, but yeah, they couldn't even get it done against a wrecked Chargers defense last week.
Yeah, and they tied with the Colts.
Yeah. So this is not a top tier team, and they are facing a team at -7 advantage. By the way, who, I mean, they've been putting whoopings on people lately.
7-point favorites. Something happened.
Yeah,
when
something big happened.
When the Urban Meyer scandal happened, something broke in Jacksonville, and when he left town, there was just this orb of light that came through the stadium, and it just shined like a rainbow.
Oh, yeah.
And cast beautiful shadows across the stadium.
Reminds me of Lord of the Rings, where there's this king who's been taken over by a wizard, and he's got this little weird guy that tells him what to say. It's funny.
Nerd.
And then all of a sudden, that guy gets his spells broken, and then the king's back, and he's the king again, and he de-ages, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, then.
But yeah, no, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to stomp the Houston Texans.
Yes.
They're definitely going to do it by at least 7 points.
Yeah. I'm going to actually use my picks boost on this just because.
Just to make sure you got it.
Just to make sure, but definitely.
You know what? Double picks boost.
Double picks boost.
Double picks boost on pick'emwars.com. Jacksonville. Know your power-ups. When you use a Picks Boost, you get to turn a loss into a win.
Up next on the docket, the San Francisco 49ers coming off a fresh win, traveling. They got Carolina on their mind. They're going to go play Baker Mayfield and the Panthers. The Panthers, oh, look at that. Home dogs. 6 points this time.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about there. They look like they're losing faith in Matt Rule as a coach.
Oh, yeah.
Their only win this season is against a severely struggling New Orleans Saints.
I'm telling you, man. And what happened to Baker Mayfield? Baker Mayfield was supposed to come out like a shot this year. Everybody was so excited. They were going to see him in this new team. They were going to see Christian McCaffrey do his thing on the running side, and Baker was going to throw it all over the place, and then absolutely nothing.
Right. This is a hands down. This is the easiest pick of the week, I think.
Yeah.
San Francisco is taking it.
Oh, San Francisco's easily taking it. Deebo Samuel, Trey Lance, Jimmy G. Well, Jimmy G because Trey Lance is hurt. But Garoppolo's coming out there, and he's doing a great job. Thank goodness he didn't leave. I am going to go ahead and use my shaver.
Ooh, getting the shaver out.
I'm going to shave down 7 points on that San Francisco spread. So instead of -6, it'll be +1.
We got to use those Pick'em Wars power-ups. Know your power-ups.
Get the spread moved in your favor. Use the shaver pick. And when you do, you will add 7 points to your pick. For example, if we got the Packers -9.5 going to Tennessee, then you could use your shaver to make it -2.5. Get it?
And the Dallas Cowboys are going to ride on into Los Angeles to face the Rams, who are favored at a -4. That did not sound like what you thought it sounded like. Please stop.
Ow.
That's really gross. Anyway, I'm just messing with you. All right. So, look, here's the thing. If the Cowboys coaching team is smart, you're going to leave Prescott out for one more game. Let him rest up a little bit more.
I was honestly not expecting him until week 6 anyway.
I've seen a few reports saying, like, they may rush his return.
No, what you need to rush is rush behind center.
Keep Cooper out there. He's on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want against this Rams team who, I mean, if you can get some good defensive moves, you can intercept Stafford. No problem.
True.
You know?
I mean, look, the Rams defense has it going on. They are on fire there.
But Rush is also on fire at this time.
They will keep you down to a low score. We know this. From what we saw even with the Niners and Rams, that defense was they fought real hard right up until the end. The only deal was Matthew Stafford, my boy, used to be my boy. Used to be so good, and then you got that ring, and now ever since you got that ring, something snapped.
Something happened.
Something has happened to you, and look, for them being 4-point favorites at home, I don't buy that.
You know, oftentimes we talk about a game being like a fight between two quarterbacks, but this is not that. I think we got Cooper Rush, yes, good. We've got a Super Bowl winning quarterback who's not doing good.
No.
But what we do have is CeeDee Lamb on one side, Cooper Kupp on the other.
Oh, yeah.
Who can get it faster and better? That's basically it.
Yeah, and you still have Zeke out there. I mean, he's still around. He just has a little slow start to the season right now.
Now with the run game or with the Rams defense, it is going to slow down the run game. So that's why I think this is going to turn into an air show.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, most definitely. And you've got Tony Pollard up in there too.
Oh, yeah. Regardless of winner, I can see Cowboys D getting a couple of those interceptions I was talking about, a couple of turnovers, and keeping this within 3.
Yeah, they're definitely going to keep it within 3. And you know what? After what the Niners did to the Rams this previous week, I do not put it past the Dallas Cowboys to, even if they do lose, they'll field goal or less.
Yeah, easily. So, yeah, Cowboys. We agree.
Cowboys. Up next on the docket, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be flying to Arizona's Coop. And once again, just to keep with tradition, the Cardinals are home dogs.
Woo!
+5.
A lot of home dogs today, I'm telling you. And there's no sense in denying it. It's a fair assessment.
For this one, yeah.
5. We've got Philadelphia, who are getting away from the cold, wet, windy weather that they've been having. Coming on out to enjoy that dry heat of the high desert.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be nice.
They're going to air it out.
Oh, Jalen Hurts is, man. I mean, come on. What to say about that whole team?
Oh, yeah. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith on the ground. You know, we've got plenty of aerial weapons. Meanwhile, Kyler Murray, you know,
Well,
he's good,
he is good.
but he's going to face some passing issues against that Philly defense. Those routes tend to close up.
That's what I'm saying. These guys are a postseason team already.
Yeah.
Like, the
definitely.
Eagles are just good.
They started out trying to win this entire thing, and they are undefeated, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They are the only undefeated team left in the NFL.
All right. Well, I mean, I got to say, I think this streak continues.
Yeah, me too. I'd definitely say Eagles -5. I mean, look, Arizona's defense is good. They do show flashes of brilliance, but you're just not going to get it done with how smart that coaching staff is with Jalen Hurts and the weapons that he's got.
Ooh, yeah, they're just going to put a hurt on him.
Mm-hmm.
Eagle. And finally, the last game of the week. We have the Cincinnati Bengals heading on over to Baltimore to face a favored at home, finally. -3 Baltimore Ravens.
And you know what? This might just be the week that Joe Burrow comes out of his shell.
You really think so? You really think so?
I think if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Yeah, week 5 is it.
Well, look at this. Okay, so the first 2 games did not do well. Did not put up many points in the first half at all.
Right.
The last 2 games, at least 2 touchdowns in the first half, both games.
Mm-hmm.
I think Joe Burrow has already gotten his at least his speed at the beginning of the game back, and yeah, he has a chance of getting the rest of it put together. I mean, he has been winning, so
and they've got stacks as far as their offense is concerned. As far as receiver core, they've got new guys, they've got old guys, they've got they've got a wide array of people that they can go to, which makes their playbook that much bigger. And against Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, you're going to need a big playbook.
Oh, yeah. Now, Baltimore's passing defense has been struggling lately. And as far as the last game went, I underutilized some players. Didn't get a lot of numbers himself after 2 or 3 games where he did get a lot of good numbers.
Yeah.
So we're going to see. I think Lamar Jackson is frustrated. He's going to fire it up after last week. But as far as the spread goes, I think Baltimore's got it by 3. I think they'll have the scoring edge if he can get Andrews in that end zone and get that run game down.
You know what? That's really what it's going to hinge on, is that middle area where those safeties hang out.
Oh, yeah.
Where Mark Andrews makes his money. If Mark Andrews can cut through Cincinnati's defense, which has been proven to be done this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have a great game. My goodness, I'm going out on a limb and I don't see it. I think Cincinnati, it's their turn. They're going to do it in Baltimore. I think Baltimore is still probably reeling off that Miami loss. And so, they're going to rebuild, but they're going to get caught by this scrappy team.
Finishing this one out with a disagree. And this has been a wonderful Pick-a-Morris podcast. Luke, I am just so happy to do this podcast for all these fine people out here.
Me too, man.
I'll tell you what, if I could give each and every single one of you a puppy right now, I would.
Aww.
Of course, you know that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for all your updates, for polls. Also on the Facebook group, Pick'em Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
You got a chance to talk to us. We do look at the page. We're waiting for you to talk.
I was like,
Talk.
I'm checking it out.
Oh, yeah. We're waiting for you. We got polls almost every single week for the football games. It is a good time.
Yeah, it is. And obviously, please head on over to wherever you're listening right now, be it Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, any of those. Give us 5 stars. You can go ahead and leave a review if you want, but absolutely the 5 stars. Share it with your friends. Let them know that the Pick'em Wars podcast is out here supporting pick'emwars.com and supporting the chance to win real free money.
That's right. So, well, it's been great, and I've been Corey.
I've been Luke.
And don't forget, don't you ever forget to make your picks.